always saw a picture of somebody. And then one time I just called and she was just like, I can't see it. I said, well, they're on the phone. Just talk.
Just talk.
Yeah. They are there.
Can you believe like this is a whole generation of kids that don't even know what a corded phone is, and two, have never lived in a time without video chat?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I forget who was. Somebody was just talking about that the kitchen phone with the spiral cord, 30 feet long.
Yes.
Go from the kitchen to the bedroom.
Replace else with that one phone, that house phone. That was it. That was the house phone.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking a little off topic real quick before we get to the meat of it. What's more disrespectful? You letting somebody into traffic and them not waving, or you holding the door open and them not thanking you?
I think that's equal disrespect, but I'm letting you in traffic. It will chap my britches every time.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little, for some reason.
Holding the door is more disrespectful because I want to elbow you in the back of your fucking head.
No, I'm trying to get somebody got to pee, and I have let you in, and you ain't even gonna speak and say thank you. I'm gonna let you sit over. Next time you're gonna sit over there.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit over
there. The traffic thing is not so much because, okay, you just fucked it up for everybody else. Because you ain't waved, I'm not letting nobody else in. You fucked it up for everybody.
You messed it up for everybody.
But the door open shit, like first off, I'm over 6 feet tall. I'm 300 plus pounds, cuz. You didn't miss me hold this door open for you.
Yeah, but I feel like the traffic thing is like I chose you. Of all the people in traffic that I deal with every day, for some reason I decided to let you in. And you don't throw the hand up for me to let you in traffic.
You're not even
everybody gets one.
That's the travesty right there. You're not even gonna speak now.
Like both of them kind of happened to me the other day. So that's why I was like, man, that's kind of especially people say people in the South hospitality. Like if I let you in traffic and you slow poking, or I open the door and you just walking real slow to the door and I just let that bitch shut, or I hold it up, like it's kind of disrespectful.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Are you okay with the woman holding the door open for you?
It don't matter to me.
So it don't matter to you?
I want to say it's never happened.
Really?
I want to say, I'm trying to, when you said it just now, it made me really think about it.
Hold on. Let me ask you. All right, now I had a Richland County lady cop out walking in Dollar General, and she was walking out, and she held the door until I got there. Does that count?
She more cop than woman.
But she's still a woman. Like she was walking out, and I'm walking in. So I'm coming.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that count, but for me, I'm trying to think, and I can't think of a time. I can't think of a time where it's happened.
Yeah, the women at the usher board at church don't open the door for you now.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's the same. No. I'm saying this because yesterday I had to go to the post office, and as I was coming in, it was a man coming out, and he stopped as if he was waiting for me to open the door. And I'm just not going to hold a door for a man like that. Like, if you got something in your hand, okay, that's fine. That's one thing. But you see me approaching the door, I fully expect you to open the door for me. Like, I don't care who you are. I just fully expect you to open the door for me. And he just stood there like he was waiting for me to open the door. So I opened the door and I walked right on in and I let it shut.
No gender roles, Kyle. Ain't no gender roles.
I'm here for gender roles. I do not want to be.
There's no gender bias, Kyle.
I'm in my feminine energy. I do not want to be treated as your equal. I believe in gender roles. You need to hold the door for me, sir. I will go fix your plate, but you won't hold the door for me, sir.
For him to stand there and look like he waiting on you to open the door is crazy.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
What if that's his culture where he don't do stuff like that?
Is there such culture?
Yes. So I watched
a bunch of them.
They was at it was a UFC fight or something like that, and the dude's culture was somewhere in the Middle East, and He shook all the men's hand, but not the woman's hand.
Okay.
He acknowledged her.
She's not talking about that. She's talking about here, America. Her.
I'm saying, but you don't know somebody's story. You don't know. Like, you don't. If you walk up on somebody, you don't know what their background is. You don't know if his old lady's sitting in the car across the street.
So I should to hold the door for me?
I'm just saying. I'll just throw it out.
You play devil's advocate. Yeah, I get it.
What if they're German?
I'm not gonna wait on no woman to open or hold no door for me.
Right.
You feel me? I'm not doing that.
Now, what if she acknowledge you if you open the door? What if she say thank you?
Now that happens more than it don't.
Yeah.
I always say thank you.
Well, you might be, one of them ones.
Yeah, I always because
there's a lot of dudes out there.
Because I do realize that one, you are not required to hold the door for me, and two, if you have already taken the step to hold the door for me, the very least I can say is thank you, right? Because like you said, I might be messing it up for the next one, or if I do say thank you, you might be like, oh, well, it is some women out here that still appreciate these things, and then they just keep passing on to the next one. So I'm not gonna mess it up for the one that comes behind me, but I am always going to say thank you.
I think that's what it is. I just think it's the being nice.
Yeah.
It's certain things that because I was raised the way that I was raised, I'm always gonna do. You know what I'm saying? The yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, yes ma'am, no, like that shit is a problem for people, and I get it, but also move along. It's not a real topic of discussion. It ain't got nothing to do with your age. If it's a 13-year-old girl that's running in the store, can you do such and such? Yes, ma'am, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I don't know, man. We got to try to figure this. They've thrown so much of the old way away that we don't know. We don't know no more. Because you can genuinely offend a motherfucker by saying yes, ma'am. And that's crazy to me.
Man, that was on. Did y'all watch Miss Pat? She was on a Breakfast Club, and that was kind of like a little part of the segment about
I am here for the ma'am. You are gonna put a ma'am on it. But hey, y'all got to give me a quick second. My food just arrived. It's late.
Do your thing.
I'm gonna get my food and I'll be back.
Oh, Nick,
black out the screen. We don't want to see your little pork tenderloin or whatever you eating.
Hush. It is some ribs though.
Oh man.
I'll be back. Y'all keep going. I'll be back.
Yeah. What I was gonna ask you was one of them type of questions too. What's more upsetting? You don't rush home to go to the bathroom. You get there to handle your business. It's real grown man, Mr. Jones' business, and ain't no toilet paper in there. Or go into the shower and ain't no soap in the shower.
That's shower one, because I hate touching a wet rug.
You get all the way in the shower and ain't no soap?
Bruh. The reason why the tissue, because I'll grab a whole new roll of tissue every time. It'll be 18 roll tissue in the bathroom. So my thing is always grab a roll of tissue. But I hate a wet rug. I cannot.
Yeah.
That shit just, like the old lady, she like the carpet down, I'll still put my shirt over it. I hate a wet rug.
Yeah. I feel you.
That shit just, it get between my toes. I already got ugly feet. It just make them feel bad then. They ugly and bad.
I don't want no wet. The Army broke me of that shit. Wet feet is the easiest, quickest way to be miserable. And that's even out the shower. Like motherfucker just go outside and wash their car. If I wash the car and my shoes get wet, fuck the rest of that car, cuz.
Oh yeah. Bro, especially, bro, I don't even like to sweat a lot. Like, if I got too much sweat, bro, I just start feeling bad. Like, I ruin the mood where I'm at. Where you be at? A cookout or whatever. If I just notice that I'm sweating too bad, I just feel that icky and stickiness, man, I'm ready to go.
Once my sweat rag get musty, it's over.
Yeah. Or when it gets just too wet, it's over.
Wet ain't the problem. Musty is the problem. Because now you don't know if you musty or the rag musty.
Musty is definitely a problem. Musty is definitely a problem. And you know, man, mustiness is an issue now, man. I'm just going to assume it's the women. Just walking through the grocery store, bruh. I went down this aisle, man, and this lady was the only person in that aisle.
And she was musty?
Bruh, she was musty. She was man like, bro, I felt so offended. Like, hey, I was like that. Bro, she was so musty. I had to get up out of the aisle because I ain't want to get blamed for the shit. Bro, she was so musty. When I got in the car, I just sat in the car.
Shit. Shit.
She wasn't the only female, like, just out in public smelling like that.
That's super musty. But you know what it is, cuz everybody going native. They want the aluminum free. My body is set up for aluminum at this point.
Bro, my body is definitely set up for aluminum, bro.
Let me tell you, that native deodorant go hard. That coconut, that vanilla coconut, it's got me in a hole. You can't get me off of it.
So you musty.
I ain't musty. I wash every day.
Oh man, some of us need the aluminum, or we gonna be musty, cuz.
Yeah. And then, you know, like we always say, man, it's what you already intaking and what you doing for the day. Just because you may not think you sweat don't mean your body ain't sweating. And when you go out in public, as they say, when you leave the house, you never know who you're going to see out. How long you going to be out.
For sure. Sure.
I did have to get my baby some different deodorant today because she's been using the Hello, the kid brand.
And that's the thing. Ain't no such thing as a kid. Now, kids be musty.
Oh yeah, I was in the store today looking for some Tussie because I said that Hello was saying goodbye.
You said a jar. You need the jar Tussie. You don't need the roll on.
Tussie, but they didn't have any. But I had to get her some Secret or Suave or something like that. I said, because man, this is not working. Every day you smell like onion water. This is not working. I had to get something else.
I picked up my daughter the other day in the car. When as soon as she got in the car, I said, I know you ain't been in school smelling like that all day.
All day. And they've been smelling like that together all day long.
See, stuff
I don't know how Suave is still in business. If all they had was deodorant, they should have went out of business. Suave ain't working for nobody neither now.
It's a step up from that Hello.
I done bought it. It don't work for fuck.
It don't, but it's just a mental thing because when you out in public, you ain't got deodorant on. Or I got a couple of dollars. I need a stick of deodorant real quick. I'll buy those shit just to get me through. Shit, you know, you go out of town, you just buy some stuff and make you forget your deodorant or forget some stuff.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get degree. I spend the extra $3.
I was on Old Spice for a little bit. Then I jumped on Arm & Hammer for a little bit. They say you're supposed to switch up your deodorant ever so often, so your body don't get used to it.
I can't use no gel.
I like gel.
I like the way gel go on, but gel be tearing up my skin.
You got old skin.
I might have old skin. That's why I don't use that shit.
Yeah.
That fool must be busting because she ain't come back on that camera.
I did want to talk about the EBT and the food stamps, but she over there eating. That's so disrespectful. Nah. Miss Pat made a good point. So we can kind of go into the whole SNAP benefits. Everybody know this ain't no new news. It's the news of importance to the everyday people. You know what I'm saying? The government shutdown has affected the SNAP recipients' payouts. They may not come out. They may just be delayed. They may be reduced. But ultimately, nothing will happen until Congress get their act together. Miss Pat made a point that I hadn't really thought that much about is you got the side of the people who are going to be the most affected and the other side of those people who just think that because they get $900 of food stamps that they just fucking off, or you mad because
they buying lobster or Oreos or whatever the case may be. It's kids involved, girl. It's kids involved. Like, watch your motherfucking mouth.
Hold on, but why do you need $900 worth of food stamps?
If you got 4 kids.
Why do you have 4 children knowing that you can't feed them?
I feel you to an extent.
I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm not being an elitist or anything. I'm just playing devil's advocate because that's part of the argument. You have 4 children that you can't feed, and you getting $900 a month in food stamps, whereas somebody like me who has 2 children, I work, and I still can't afford $900 worth of food stamps, but I don't qualify for it. Not that I was trying to get on it, but it's like, okay, like where do we draw the line? But Mama was a hoe.
Yeah.
We not disputing whether or not the adult is making bad decisions, but them kids here now.
Should there be a cap on how much they get?
How are you gonna cap it prices fluctuate every day. And then the amount of kids, so you tell the kid they can only eat so much. Like my brother say, if you got 2 kids and somebody else got 5 kids, 900 might work, but what if the 900 don't work because you only got a load of food?
But what about the families who don't get food stamps, who still have to be like, look, this is our budget for the month. I only have $600 this month to spend on food. We're gonna have to eat within these confines.
Shit,
like,
$600 for food.
Then you find somebody with food stamps and you buy their food stamps.
I think also, even if you don't have money, sometimes you want to treat yourself. And I feel like some people with food stamps do that shit. They just put it on social media so it looks like you balling with food stamps. Everybody knows the history of food stamps. People know that people have sold food stamps and all the other shit. But there are some responsible people with food stamps, but they sell it because they need money for something else. I can't knock somebody for that hustle.
It's the same thing. It's kind of like what we say about Black folks on this show a lot of times. The fucked up ones fuck it up for the mass. You feel me? Now, that was you, Carolina, that sent me the issue with the white folks in the food stamp fraud.
Yeah, I probably did. I be seeing all types of shit.
So
it was like 10 of them.
Black folks make up about 20 to 23% of food stamp recipients. White folks make up like 35 to 38%. And then the rest of the people is in there. I just, it's one of them conversations that we have on social media where, do you really feel the way you feel, or are you on social media trying to get your motherfucking numbers up? Because the amount of disrespectful shit, like, I get what you saying, Tiki. I do. Like, there are some people out here that get food stamps and you look at their life like, or what you can see of their life, and you like, oh, you bitch, you feel me? And for me, bitch is not a male or female term. Bitch is a bitch. But the masses are being condemned for some people that are being less than savory with their decisions and this whole food stamp process. Let's not penalize everybody because you got a little dusty foot chick in the projects that sell all her food stamps and get her nails done or get her hair done. The other 99%, or we'll say the other 90% of people, they really need that.
Everybody is what the federal workers are. You can be high one day and the next day you need those food stamps. But because you were making all this money, people don't feel like you should be in line getting food stamps or apply for EBT or apply for food stamps. But like this government shutdown is showing you, you don't know what the next day beholds. So if somebody's been on food stamps for 15, 20 years, I can kind of understand the question. Like, you should have did something with your life.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah, there should be a time limit. Like, and I know that some people just keep having babies and, you know, keep having babies, and they, you know, you got 5 and they might be 3 years apart. So, but that's a very long time that you were continuously getting food stamps, you know, and some people are like, hey, like you just said, at some point you should have gotten your life together to be able to get off of the system like that, right? But I'm also looking at it from the perspective of, I remember before my grandmother passed, you know, she had worked as a housekeeper and maid all of her life. So when she was, you know, Social Security retirement age, she got on Social Security. And when she went to apply for food assistance, they told her no because she made too much money. She was $12 over, and she didn't even make $1,000 a month. Yeah. So you need to tell me that it should be people out here getting $900 a month in food stamps when you clearly have somebody who has worked, given it was a different time period, right? So there were only low-wage jobs available who make just enough, $1,000 a month, when you got to take out your Medicare premiums out of that, you got to take your rent out of that, you got to take any type of life insurance you might have out of that. And if they're only getting $1,000 a month, that doesn't leave them a whole lot of money for food. And those are the people that they deny.
Well, I feel like this food stamp thing is also like the immigrant shit. It's something that it needed a platform to talk because everybody had some built up frustration with it. But in the same sense, if you're already eating, does it affect you that somebody's not eating and getting assistance? You was already paying that.
And everybody ain't getting $900.
That's what. But what I'm saying is, if it's coming out your check, you paying these people, you still gonna be paying them tomorrow. When they open up the government, you still gonna be paying. That shit is not gonna make a difference. The hatred in your heart and questioning something in your heart is two different things. I don't know. If you getting on social media and you making content, you making videos, that's hatred. Now, if you're having a conversation with people and trying to understand because you never knew anybody on food stamps, or you just wanted to know information about it, I can kind of understand you putting questions out there. But people are just putting out BS content out there and not understanding that a lot of these companies are laying off and firing people, and there's more and more people. They shut down a whole distribution center in Tennessee yesterday out the blue. So you never know what tomorrow gonna be.
Right.
So to say so-and-so don't deserve food stamps, let's say I got 4 kids and I'm married and all that, and then I lose my job. So you saying I still shouldn't apply for it? I shouldn't get it?
No, not saying that you shouldn't apply for it or that you didn't get it, but the operative word there is you lost your job. That's different. I'm speaking more so to the people who have not worked in years, or some, you know, like some people who have never worked, who have been on the system since they started having children, right?
No, I agree with you. I just feel like everybody's getting clumped together. That's my issue.
Right.
And I'm okay with everybody coming together. I'm just thinking more
clump
in
together.
terms of.
No, I'm saying clump together. When they say people
clump together.
Clump together. They're putting
I'm about to say come together. Okay.
That's my issue. People of a certain age, like you said, your aunt, people's grandmothers, their uncles, like if you 50, 60 years old, disability or whatever, you done served your time. I'm pretty sure you done put a lot of money towards it.
You put in your time, yeah.
Yeah. If you are under 18, under 17, depending on your living standards, you probably should get it because some of these kids don't eat at all. Now, if you 27 and Tiki, like you said, you ain't never worked. Oh yeah, I got an issue.
Yeah.
But 27, your oldest kid is 14, and he got 5 siblings.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, but I'm still not gonna question it because I got to worry about my life. Like that shit don't affect my life.
Somebody said, I don't know if it was a TikTok or reel or whatever, but with all the fuck shit that's going on, like if you telling me we need to revamp it, we need to requalify people, we need to review food stamp applications, cool, but to turn it off and just assume everybody gonna be all right, when you are the harbinger of we gonna make America great again, we gonna make it safe to be out in public, if you don't have shit and you need shit, you're gonna do something to get shit.
Right.
Yeah, when people start getting robbed in these grocery stores, you know it's already the holiday season. When people start getting, crime starts going up just because people eat. I was telling somebody the other day, if I see somebody stealing at the grocery store at this day and age, and what we going to do now, I can't even say that because I don't know why you're doing it. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to say you probably ain't get no food stamps, or your job done shut down and you got somebody else to feed. I'm not saying I want to tell the manager, but I'm not about to be like, hey, bro, you know you shouldn't be doing that. I don't even care. Because I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what nobody's going through.
Right. Unless you rob that motherfucker and I see you across the street with the food you stole in a food truck selling it. I've never been one to judge nobody on their life, period. I might tell a joke, I might say some off-color shit, but ultimately, I don't judge anybody for their particular experience. Life is more complicated than it has ever been.
True.
At this point. So you got a drug problem. That drug problem probably comes with some form of abuse that you did not initiate. You feel me? If you are a poor decision maker, that shit probably comes because you was around other poor decision makers. You feel me? It's just unfortunate. Like, this government shutdown, when you got your check, did the taxes come out?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we paying taxes so that we can build the newest nuclear weapon of mass destruction that we don't want nobody to have. Your tax dollars pay for that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all right for us to spend a certain amount of money in the name of protecting the homeland, but you don't even give a fuck about the people in the homeland.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have a tough time with it. Is food stamps the biggest problem we have? It's probably not even top 10.
It's not.
Like, even with somebody that probably shouldn't get it, getting it, it's not even in the top 10 of problems that we have in this country.
And, you know, and especially now, because if you throw in Argentina $40 billion in aid to help their economy, and their economy,
I ain't never even met no Argentinian.
Yeah, and their economy is still shit. That $40 billion was so disrespectful because it didn't even help the economy because it's still shit.
Like, what did we get out of that? Are they sending us some Argentinian coffee or something? Are we gonna get a capybara, like something cool from them motherfuckers?
No, well, he done sold them. No, he sold them our beef customers. You took from the ranchers, and now Argentina's selling their beef other places. Like you did all this to. You route all this animosity up within the United States, and especially now with this shutdown, that the help that we could have had, you're saying, the government is saying, well, we had money set aside, but we don't want to go in that emergency fund.
We have
fund for that, but you gave $40 million in aid, which is toilet tissue, toothpaste, money, everything, to these other people, but yet the immigrants here, you disrespect, but you willing to give other immigrants.
They not even immigrants. They didn't come.
Country. You give another country money. Like, it's so backwards that, and I told somebody, like, we going at it between Republicans, Democrats, independents, immigrants, citizens, and all that. But yet, what are we gaining other than frustration? We're not even having conversations. We just telling each other, you should do this, you should do that, and then we call each other's names because they don't see the same views that we see. When it comes down to it, it's food availability against healthcare affordability.
Right. We've given away enough money to feed this country for the next 20 years. And we've done that in the last year.
Yeah, and look what we gave to Ukraine the last couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. You got a little gristle.
I'm finished eating now.
But that's like, you know, kids that like babies on similar. Like my daughter was 4, 5, 6, like, and she was like on Pediasure to help gain weight. Like you got people that's not getting that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like that shit, why is that shit $60 a can? It is basically powdered milk. Stop playing with me.
So,
with some extra stuff added in, that's it.
Yeah. You want Americans to be healthy. You want them to be intelligent, but the first
they don't want us to be healthy.
These kids
they don't want us intelligent.
Well, they definitely don't. But you can't get these kids to learn if they worry about what they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Right. Who gonna sit down and listen to anybody when they ain't ate in 2 days?
That's what I was about to say. Hunger in schools is the #1 distracting reason why kids can't focus and learn, which is why schools have made such a big push on feeding children, because in food insecurities, like you just said, you can't focus on learning when your stomach is grumbling, right? You can't focus on learning your phonics and your vowel sounds and basic math and arithmetic, your humanities and stuff like that, when you're trying to figure out like, oh, I didn't eat last night, I didn't eat this morning, you know, like when is lunch coming? Am I gonna be able to eat at lunch? You know, like when kids have food insecurities on the brain, that's it. They have tunnel vision and they can't process anything else. You know, as adults, we can, you know, maybe, you know, duck and dodge a little bit, but for children, they can't do it. It's the one thing. So that's why they try to feed them in schools, to take that off the plate so that they can focus and learn.
Well, let me ask you this.
What's crazier than that is, with all the shit that educators got to deal with, now they got more shit on their plate with this fucking food stamp shit.
That's correct.
That shit crazy.
So it's damn. I don't know what question I want to ask first, but you as a single mother, if you were to lose your job and you was in state that these other people are in right now, like how do you explain it to your kids?
That would be a hard conversation, right? I mean, I literally had to have the conversation with them this week. I said, okay, guys, like, you know, I have a mortgage and everything, but it's just every year for property taxes and homeowners insurance. And so now it's gone up another couple of $100. And I had to tell them the other day, I said, look, we're going to have to tighten up the bill a little bit because I'm going to need to make sure I have enough money to cover the mortgage. Like, everything else is going up. On top of now, you know, this is going up. And I know it's not the base mortgage per se. Like it's you know, like I said, you know, I'm in escrow or whatever. So it's the insurance and the property tax and all that stuff. And just, you know, for their purposes, they just know it's my mortgage, right? They don't need to know all the breakdown, you know. And I said, so I'm going to have to pull back on buying, for like a better term, like I'm going to have to pull back on buying dumb shit, right? I was like, because I said I can either buy dumb shit or I can pay the mortgage. And so my 7-year-old was just like, mortgage, please. I don't feel like being homeless. And my 12-year-old was like, And my little one was just like, what you mean?
Right. Have you been outside?
Right.
Chilly out there.
You want to have stuff and be homeless? Like, how are we going to do that? You know, so I can't imagine how I would have to have that full-blown conversation of, hey, I have no job at all, you know, and, you know, like, we're going to have to figure out a completely different way of life. Yeah, I could, you know, be okay with some money that's in 401k for a little bit, but it's not enough to sustain, you know, for long at all. And it would be like, hey, it's going to come down to, hey, if it means I got to sell this house so that I can keep food on the table and just live with like my parents, I would much rather do that than trying to spend, you know, $2,000 some odd dollars every month just trying to keep this house going. Like, that don't make sense to me. I can always get another house, right? But
the thing
you know,
is,
kids ain't gonna work for me. Bless you.
Kids, you try to keep these conversations away from kids as much as possible, or they used to. In generations past, it wasn't something that you talked about as much. You just knew it was the basic shit. We gonna go in the store, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, you ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the wrong attitude to have.
It definitely deserved more explanation.
It did.
But a lot of these kids don't give a fuck. They don't care. It's not even a conversation that they have. It's like if a kid come home now, the lights is out, and they'll be like, why the internet don't work? When the question should be, why is the lights out?
Right. Which is why I do have the conversation with mine. Like I tell mine, and I can tell you, if Isabella could remember from the moment that she was born, from the moment I brought her home from NICU, I said, it's just me and you now, kid. We got to get it right. And I am 100 with them. And like I said, I have these conversations with them. Like, hey, I got to pay this bill this week, or during the summertime, hey, our electric bill is $300 and some odd, right? So that means I'm going to have to pull back on something. We're not going to be able to get Roblox money, extra money, this or whatever the case may be. Like I have the conversation with them now about, hey, these are the trade-offs and the decisions that have to be made. You only have one mom, and I only have one source of income, and I have to cover everything about this source of income, right? So, the way this ebbs and flows, if the price of something goes up here, I'm going to need to pull back on something someplace else because I'm not in a dual income household. So we only have this one, because I want them to understand the money that I make is what's covering all of this, right? And so we have to be mindful. If I'm having to cover everybody has to be mindful of everything, right? We're going to have everything that we need and most of what we want, but we're not going to have it all. And I think that's a conversation that generations past have missed the boat on, which is probably why we as a culture are so far, not just the only reason, but it's a contributing factor why we as a culture are so far behind on financial literacy. Like we're getting to the point now where we're having open dialogues about it. Like I remember growing up and asking my dad one time, he took us shopping. I was like, well, how much does this cost? And he was like, it doesn't matter. If it's what you want, just get it. And so for a very long time.
I never had that response.
So, when you get that response as a kid, you're thinking it doesn't matter how much it costs. If it's what I want, I'm getting it. And that's what sets you up for immediate budget failure right there, because you're not thinking long term. You're not thinking, okay, can I really afford it? You're just thinking of, if this dress is $100 and I have $120 in my account, I don't get paid till Friday, and today is Tuesday, right? But I have enough to cover this $100 transaction right now. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Never mind what could come up between Tuesday evening, Wednesday, Thursday, until my money hit the account on Friday. And that's where we're failing ourselves and where we're failing our children. So I try to have the conversation with mine, like, okay, guys, we have X amount of dollars. Mommy got paid. I got to pay these bills. This is what we have left. I don't get paid until XYZ. I had the conversation with them today in Walmart. My daughter wanted something. I said, do you want to spend money on this right now? Knowing that this weekend you're going to want to go out and do things, right? It's only so much money. The budget is finite and we have to make decisions. And that's something that we as a culture have to get comfortable with, having those hard conversations with our children and having those hard conversations with ourselves. A lot of times we aren't having it with ourselves.
It's definitely mental health. We have to give these kids a little bit of credit. Like my daughter's picked up on it, and she's like, "Well, Daddy, you ain't got no money this week," or "Daddy, we have pizza twice a month. We have pizza twice a month because Domino's pizza lasts 3-4 meals." But she understands. But it's also mental health to be like, you don't want your kids to worry about this. But then it's also mental health when you want to splurge on something, whether it's a candy bar, whether it's, the feel good of getting your daughter maybe a $10 Robux instead of $100. Like there's certain things we have to do for the mental health of saying, all right, it will instill gratitude in them if you do explain shit. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you said, like, Cam, that's some girl dad girl shit.
Like, it don't matter how much it costs. That's not anything I ever heard from Brenda in my life.
Hell no.
It was so gay. It was so real. My mama was so gangster. We knew we wasn't going to Foot Locker. Mm-hmm. We was going to shoe department, my nigga.
Pick and pay less.
Pick and pay less. Pro Wings, shit you never heard of. The glue go as soon as it rain in these shoes, my bottom gonna fall out. But she'll buy 4 of them motherfuckers.
Y'all ain't never had on no Bobos.
Shit.
I ain't never seen you in no Bobos.
You wasn't looking.
Yeah, you wasn't looking at my feet, man. Hey, my feet was probably covered by my brother pants because we had hands there.
I ain't gonna like it's
no man awards.
It's like I said, having the discussion now. It's a weird place, man. Like, cause kids almost can't be kids no more. The shit that we inundate them with, that society inundates them with, is a lot. I've said it before. It's like these kids was panic stricken, and are still panic stricken about the president.
Yeah.
I was in the army and almost didn't know who the president was, and that's my direct boss. You feel me? Like, the fact that this whole food stamp shit, like this news travels fast, most of the kids that are affected by it, they wasn't eating that good any motherfucking way.
True.
You feel me? You pray, you hope that somebody is gonna get it right. You feel me? Like, we in a fucked up situation now. We pray that it's on a roller coaster and that the downs become ups. But for these old white folks and politicians in general to be making like life-altering decisions for people while they continue to get paid, while they go on vacation because the government is shut down, while they making motherfuckers do work and not paying them for the work that they doing, while you got veterans that need services and ain't nobody there to pick up the phone. Like, come the fuck on, cuz. Like, whatever you trying to justify is bullshit to the regular everyday people.
You know what else is bullshit? This is how they gonna get you too. Let's say you work for the government, you making $130,000 a year, right? So these last 2 months, it's already been proven a month. So let's say go a month and a half, no paycheck. Then you got to work 2 weeks to get a paycheck. So you're looking at 2 months already, right?
Yeah, most Americans are only just like 2 paychecks away from ruin. But
what I'm about to say is, so you dip into your 401k, you pull out, now you got earned income, now you owe back. And you all
get penalized.
Now think about that. Not the fact that you went in, you got penalized. You went in, got penalized, and you still behind.
Yep.
Like, that's gonna hurt.
Not to mention the effect on travel. Air traffic controllers is fucked up. You just had the UPS plane crash, and I think they got 8 people that lost their life.
9.
All that shit. Like, what are y'all really doing?
And I believe they said starting on Friday, they're gonna start reducing planes in the sky by like
40%.
Yeah, I saw that too. But now you ain't gonna make money, so now they have to up the price of the seats on the plane. Because if you ain't got enough people, you're gonna downsize the staff, or you gotta up the people on the plane. Like, something has to fluctuate.
And you guys know that my day job is in working in employee benefits, right? And, as soon as it started talking about open enrollment season for the marketplace plans, I was like, this is about to be another dumpster fire. And sure enough, I'm starting to get calls in from people that says, hey, my job already had open enrollment, but I opted out because I'm on a marketplace plan. And now the premiums for 2026 are popping up and I can't afford it. I need to get on my employer's plan. The problem is that's not a qualifying event and you are SOL. And like that, I hate it for these people, but there is absolutely nothing that we can do. And because it literally says in there that failure to pay your premiums is not a qualifying event to move from a marketplace plan back to your employer's group plan. And these people are about to be really out of luck because they're not going to have insurance. They can't afford. Their subsidies are expiring, and the price that they're paying is double and tripling, and they can't afford it.
Yeah, real quick, I'm trying to find something while you talk about that, because I'm trying to find the last open enrollment. Mine, for my family, would have been $441 every 2 weeks.
For a group plan or marketplace?
Through the company.
Are you paying for a family or employee plus child?
Family. No, family? I'm sorry. No, family was $678.
You paying for employee plus child?
Yeah. Well, family, employee plus family.
I thought you said the family was $600 and something.
Okay, so we got employee plus spouse, employee plus children, employee plus family. So I'd be employee plus family, and it would have been $678 every 2 weeks.
I thought you said you was paying $441.
He was looking at the wrong thing.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
You don't know how much you're paying, and you don't know what tier you in.
No, because I'm on no living insurance.
So if you were on your insurance, you would be paying for the family plan, and it would be $600 and some odd dollars a month. That's correct, and that's not. I'm very stoic about it, because that's not even the worst of what I see for family plans. I literally get quotes from Blue Cross Anthem and some other carriers now. Really, a lot of the carriers, where these family plans are coming in $1,900, $2,000, $3,000. I have some quotes coming in with family plans $4,000 a month.
Well,
and if the company is only paying like maybe the employee only premium, and then the employee has to pay the rest of it, that's more than what some of these people are making.
And then, like my daughter with her health issues, like the deductibles, we run through those deductibles so quick. We run through the deductibles sometime within the first 3-4 months. We done hit our deductible. But It's just like if you open the government and people can eat, now how you gonna eat when your check start looking like this?
Right.
Like that's a game changer. Because now you got to reevaluate everything, and then, like you say, the house part that might go up. Shit, something might happen. You might need a new car, or a pipe burst, or a window break.
And it's the millionaires justifying the raising of prices.
Yeah, because they don't want to shrink their margin, their profit margins. And they aren't losing any money.
They ain't lost no money. The kind of money that they makes itself. They are at an income that will not lose money.
Yeah, if you think about the amount of money and the amount of millionaires that were made during the pandemic, right? We weren't even going out and shopping, but because they were raising prices, and with the stimulus that was being given, like a ton of wealth was accumulated for the top half, or the top, 3% or whatever, more so than us down here. They're not losing any money. Mm-hmm. They aren't losing anything.
We gotta get back on the village, and just we got a village. The three of us is a village. We gotta incorporate more of these conversations so we can put people in with networking other people to help find out. Well, hey, this church does a food drive so time in Roswell, Georgia. Well, hey, if I'm coming to Atlanta and I need something for something, hey, you need to reach out to this. We need to start forming these villages a lot more better, and having these conversations, because nobody has the answer. And that's the sad part. Whenever you ask Republicans anything, they have no answer. They'll tell you, we have no plan. But then when you talk to the Democrats, it's like, I know what your plan should be, but you're not telling me what your plan should be. So I feel like you don't know what you're doing anyway. So we need to keep us in our.
They all in cahoots.
We do need to keep these conversations going, Also, part of it is we have to get comfortable with pouring into these types of conversations, right? You can't always be the recipient of everything. You've got to start giving somebody else the space to be a recipient, and we have to start like putting money back into the communities. We have to start giving back, because I see, the same people over and over again, constantly giving to various charities, constantly volunteering, constantly donating, doing their part. But then you also see the same people that are always on the receiving end. We've got to get some of these people who are on the receiving end to say, hey, when you have a minute, right? At some point, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? You're going to have to start pouring back into the system that's helping you so that you can help somebody else. And that's where we're losing it. I don't mind volunteering. I don't mind doing what I can, right? I just want the people who are receiving to be like, okay, somebody gave to me, let me give to somebody else, because that's the mindset that I have. When I've needed stuff, people have poured into me. People have extended generosity and courtesies to me. So I feel like it's my duty to extend it to the next person. And we just got to get to a point to where we're actually okay with doing that and telling people that, hey, this is what you need to be doing. We need to be holding them accountable to it, right? Not worrying about taking trips. You need to be out there volunteering. You need to be out there packing food boxes. You need to be out there doing whatever you can to give back.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, we have our village, but we need to promote that as far as helping other people understand. You can create your own village, or you can come this way, but you don't have to be alone.
You don't have to be alone.
Yeah.
All right, man, look, before we get out of here, if you are in a position, these food banks is going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly. If not already, you got Thanksgiving, you got the Christmas holiday, whatever you want to call it or not call it. People are going to be in need. So if you have it to give, or even if you need, you got Harvest Hope Food Bank in Columbia, South Carolina, or 2220 Shop Road. You got the Cooperative Ministry, that's 3821 West Beltline Boulevard in Columbia. You got Food Share South Carolina, which is 201 Columbia Mall Boulevard, Suite 109 in Columbia, South Carolina. Those are just three locally. Just depending on where you at, you can Google them, you can chat GPT them to get information. Look out for your neighbors, look out for those children, because those are the ones that are going to be affected the most.
They are. So the Harvest Hope one on Shop Road, they do have the reservists out there helping out. That line I passed it today. It was about a mile long. Some hours later, I came back. It's still about a mile long.
That shit is crazy, though.
It is. But that's at least an option. I think that's one of those things when you get that, you got to make sure that you have options. And getting that line and stay for 2-3 hours, that's an option you may need to do. Even if it is, you call your boss, be like, hey, let me get 2 hours late. Hey, go get in that line. That 2 hours late might get you 4 or 5 meals.
Do your best to be as human as possible. For the Christians, be as Christ-like as possible. If you don't think they're going to do right, we're giving them a couple dollars,
do it anyway.
Give them an apple.
Yeah.
Give them a pack of crackers. But if we wait on the government to get it right, cuz we're going to be disappointed and arguing every time. So at a certain point, you got to help the people around you. You feel me? And if everybody helps the people around them, we could cover a lot of this shit.
Yeah, we'd be good.
I mean, like Tiki, I think the Harvest Hope here, you go like twice a month. So they just say you go get $600 worth of food, and then your homegirl go, she gets $600. You go one more time in that month, so that's $1,200 worth of food for you and her. So what if you had like 3-4 other people, and it's Halloween candy? Y'all split it up. and now y'all eat for a good month. Y'all turn around and do it. Like stuff like that. People have to understand getting back to the village, getting back to networking,
right?
Community, getting back into the streets of children. Stuff like that can work.
Yep.
Hey man, look, I like talking to y'all. Devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. Every conversation has two parts, Kyle. It's a send and a receive. You feel me? I love the fact that we do this the way that we do it, in the vernacular that we do it, with the heart and soul of what we talk about, with the knowledge of what we talk about. And we not experts on, I'm not an expert on anything. You feel me? But ultimately, we all got one goal in life, and that's to make life as comfortable as possible for the people around us.
True.
Everybody is not your enemy, and even your enemy deserve to not be your enemy sometimes. Sometimes you gotta kick dirt in their eye, but this ain't what we doing, Carl. We at a point now where it's bleak. You know what I'm saying? It's bleak. It's getting cold. Food is harder to come by. Money in general is harder to come by, man. So I pray that everybody has some type of support system. Take your ego out of it. Take your sense of shame out of it, especially if you have kids.
True.
And seek the help that you need, because a lot of times people don't want to put people in their business. They too embarrassed. But this ain't that. This ain't that. The type of people that'll make you feel bad about you being in need, you don't need that energy anyway. So let them do what they're going to do. But you provide for the people and your loved ones and the like. It's crazy, man. Look, this is the BOTB Live Show. I'm Jay Walker III. That's my brother Carolina Dirt. That's my sister Tiki Blue. Y'all be easy, man. Until the next time. And love the people who love you back always. We gone.